guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're here at the 2024 edition of the Miami Auto Show, and guess what? Something new being displayed here from Toyota. What the heck is it? Let me introduce you to the 2025 Toyota Crown. But as you can see, this is not a Crown that you have noticed before. This is the new Crown Nightshade model. But before we get into this sporty, styled sedan, let's talk about what's going on here. So Toyota really shocked many people, especially here in the United States, bringing the Crown name. Once upon a time, it was here in the 50s, and then it disappeared forever. Now, in other parts of the world, especially Japan, the Crown lineage has gone on. But they decided with this model to bring the nameplate back and then also expand the amount of Crown models. Now, this particular Crown sedan, we've already introduced to you a couple years ago, but of course, just this year, we were in San Diego for the first drive of the Crown Signia. What I want to find out though, is should you go and buy this Nightshade being a sporty luxury style sedan? Is it enough luxury in your eyes for the price? Let's go ahead, let's see what's unique about the Nightshade and find out. Right off the bat, the color. There's going to be two primary color choices for this model. You're looking at the dark gray. They call this storm gray. The other color is just black. So I'm very happy to say that we have the storm gray color because it gives a little bit more kind of depth to it. At the front of the business, you're still going to get your full multi-beam LED headlights, daytime running lamps that run across the top and the turn signals. Working our way down, everything is going to be blacked out. So you have your gloss black front end, just a little bit of silver trim, just a little bit. And then as we kind of come across the front grille area, this is where the Crown really has a unique look. You have your gloss black, but this section that's kind of crisscross applesauce section, this is actually a gunmetal metallic gray finish, believe it or not. Functional on the bottom, including right above the lower lip, and just that silver trim, like I said, it's just a little bit of pop, and it kind of works nicely with the lighting because the lighting almost looks like a silver type of tinge of the trim that's also on the bottom. Now, as we rise up, we do have our functionality on the top portion. We have that dark chrome Toyota badge on the Nightshade, and then you have that very sleek hood design. What's underneath the hood? This is a 2.5 liter inline four. So when you get the Nightshade, it comes with the 2.5 liter inline four hybrid setup. So it's paired with one electric motor, 236 horsepower. It's got that eCVT, but here's where you really win. MPGs, 42 in the city, 41 on the highway. And this storm cloud gray pearl color, this is spectacular. They actually also offer this color on the Grand Highlander, which we did that review. I don't know if you remember the first drive we did in Miami, we're in Miami, in Hawaii. A little bit different than Miami. I actually prefer Hawaii. Sorry, everybody who lives in Miami. But storm cloud gray, we come around the bend, you're gonna get unique wheels and tires. Love this multi-spoke design, 21-inch wheel. Flat black on the Nightshade trim. They even black out the lug nuts, which is a nice touch. And then of course, you're gonna have the power being delivered in a very appropriate way to not only give you that drive, but also get the awesome MPGs. Now, one of the things I'm a little bummed out about, which I am gonna zonk, is there's flat black around the fender openings. Not my favorite. I wish that they would have done even gloss black on the Nightshade trim. Let me know how you feel about the flat black around the fender openings, because you know, the weird thing about this sedan, it's like a lifted sedan. It's a very unique vehicle. Coming down the side, you do have your gloss black only on the top of the mirror caps. The rest is flat black with your LED trim built in. Up top, we're gonna have that panoramic size sunroof. The one thing I wish they would have done is painted the whole roof black. So I am gonna have to zonk this back area. I do like the storm cloud gray. I mean, it's a great color, but it would be nice if it was all black, especially because it's the Nightshade. Black on the door handles for the Nightshade trim, black around the window frame openings, and you're also gonna get the black in the lower bottom area. Gloss black up top with the flat black along the bottom. Now coming towards the rear, you got that pretty sleek roof design, and it almost looks like it's gonna be like a Sportback, but it's not. It has an actual trunk. But working our way, I do like the way they did the dark chrome finish coming into that rear glass window. Love the way they have glass rather than just gloss black plastic. And then as you swing it around the back, look at how everything is color matched into that lower bumper area. LED lighting all the way across. And this has, remember, all-wheel drive, even with that great MPGs. Technically, the Nightshade, it's a limited trim, but what they do is they add all the black accents, and I like the way they did the black chrome on all the lettering. The Crown name blacked out on the Toyota badge, even on the hybrid electric vehicle badge with the all-wheel drive. Same story on the bottom, super clean with some body color, some flat black, and just a little bit of silver trim. I would prefer to have an exhaust on each side just to give it a little oomph. But that's what we have on the tail end of this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let's get inside and see what the Crown Nightshade brings for the money. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Toyota Crown Nightshade Edition. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I kind of like the unique style of the Crown, especially I'm loving the MPGs, but how much is it? MSRP for the way that this one is optioned is right at $49,960. Let's see what you get for the money when you go Nightshade to the door panels. I'm still a little let down. I would like to see some more color to the door panel. It is all soft touch material, which is great, but I just would like to see a little bit more pizzazz of color. You have some gold bronze accents on the door handle and on the edge of where the window controls are and your door locks, but the problem is there's a lot of gloss black. So you're gonna get fingerprints out the yin-yang. You get a little bit of contrast stitching, and then the door pocket is super tight. Only 2 drumsticks from KFC. You can't even get a biscuit in there and a bottle of Pepsi to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, I do like those bronze accents. I just wish they would use them more. Soft touch, soft touch. We have the JBL sound system, 12 speaker sound system, and then sliding on in, you have your 12.3-inch infotainment system. So here it is with the lights off, and here it is with the lights on. Now when we go into the system, it has, obviously you could go into your comfort settings with your heated seats 3 stages, ventilated seats 3 stages, and a heated steering wheel. You got your dual climate control, and this is all touchscreen, of course. And then I'm gonna turn the lights back on to kind of help illuminate down here. We do have our blower fan, your heated steering wheel, and then you have buttons in the screen, you can touch the screen, or you have physical buttons, which are nice. If you're wondering what is this is where the volume knob goes. They take those things off because people like to take home free souvenirs when they come to the car shows. This is not a cup holder. This is your cell phone charger. You got 2 USB-Cs. They took the shifter off, the electric shifter area, because that's another thing that people will take home for them that controls your eCVT, the 2 USB-Cs. You shut off your traction control. You got your different drive modes. You got a big cup holder that will handle, I would say, 2 Capri Suns, and then you have a standard cup holder for a bottle. That soft touch material is nice. What's cool is watch this. I could actually open it up for Lori. USB-C, and you could put, I would say, 5 7-Eleven Big Bites with relish, with sauerkraut, and of course, extra mustard. And I could open it up for me too. So it's not just for you, it's for me too, the Big Bites. I'm hungry. The seats, the leather, I do like the way they did the piping, that bronze color. I just wish they did more of it. But the leather is really nice. You do have, of course, your power seat controls for the passenger, power seat controls for the driver, and look up top, there's that panoramic sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you where the king puts his crown on behind the wheel of this Crown. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do get 2 memory seat settings for the driver's seat. And then down below, you are greeted to a very small Crown sill plate. It would have been nice to have that a little bit larger. You do have your seat controls, easily accessible, and these seats are super comfy. So the great news is you're not going to be stopping at 7-Eleven very much to get fuel because of the great fuel economy. So make sure you stack up on those big bites. And what's nice is the seat's comfortable for you to go the distance. Steering wheel, leather all the way around. They do some nice contrast stitching. You got the Toyota badge. Would have been nice to have a Crown badge here, or maybe a totally different steering wheel. A little bit of that copper bronze color, flat black on the switch gear. It is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then you do have that 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, which of course you could go through your different modes and change, but I can't do that right now because we're not driving like that vehicle is in front of us. There's a vehicle moving in here. Hopefully it doesn't crash into us. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat and see if your passengers are gonna be compromised because this is a sedan and not an SUV. All right guys, back seat time. Lori's gonna have to maneuver because the rear doors do not open very far. Just something to think about when you're looking at that passenger comfort. But she's gonna wiggle in. You'll see the JBL sound system speakers, even the rear passenger doors, which are really nice. That's your heated seat. So you have one stage heated rear seats, no ventilated seat at this price point. I would want to see ventilated seats, front and rear. You only get them in the front. Large pocket with the stitching. This is where you could put, your DVDs that you're wanting to watch when you're on your road trip and you get to your hotel, because obviously there's no DVD player in here, but you could have a portable DVD player. There used to be such a thing. You could have a Knight's Tale. You could have Sir Camelot's Castle Search. All those great movies. Black Knight. It's one of Martin Lawrence's. I think Martin Lawrence got a Grammy for that one. Maybe not a Grammy, but an Oscar. Maybe he got a Grammy. I think he sang in it. He sang I'm a Little Teapot. But why don't you come on in, because you do have 2 USB-Cs. Some more of that bronze. It's very selective where they put that bronze trim. You have large AC vents. I have my own pocket here for my own DVD collection. My DVD collection, Cannonball Run, obviously the whole Fast and Furious franchise, up to 5. I don't go past 5. Maybe I might do 6 if I'm tired, but up to 5 is it. And then, of course, I got a plethora of all other movies like Bullet, Le Mans, the list goes on and on. But what's interesting is, even with that lower roof design, plenty of room back here. Seats are soft. And then look at this. This is ridiculous. It's like they have a roll of Charmin toilet paper underneath here. Open that up, 2 cup holders. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the trunk and see what kind of junk you could put in this Crown. All right guys, now it's time to get in the trunk. No, this is not a liftback of any type. It has a real trunk. Watch, the glass does not move. The glass stays still. Pop the trunk, lift it up. You actually have quite a generous amount of room. Plus, you do have the 60-40 split. Fold the seats down. Here's those easily accessible handles. Another thing I like is how just they really carve the sides out. Let's see if there's a spare. I want to find out here for you guys. Yes, there is a spare under the styrofoam. So you do get a spare, which is nice. Close that up. Very unique car. Really interesting just how high of a sedan it is, especially when you compare it to other vehicles in this class. But let me know what you think. Has the Camry gotten a little too bland for you, or a little too freaky looking? Are you digging the way this Crown is working the magic? Let me know down in that comment section if you think it's worth the price for this Nightshade, this 2025 Nightshade edition of the Toyota Crown. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to Lori. She's working it really, really well. And remember, she has to do a full stretch regimen before we even start, because she needs to bring you the angles that you want to see. Thank you, Lori, for all you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.